What's up, you guys? So, there is good news for fans of Quad Webb. I love when I can report good news. Deadline has confirmed that Quad Webb is returning for season 10 of Married to Medicine. And you guys know Married to Medicine is one of my favorite shows on television. I love the Black excellence. I know it's a lot of drama, but underneath it all is Black excellence. So, this is one of my favorite TV shows. Deadline reports Quad Webb is returning to Married to Medicine season 10. Deadline has learned that despite hints that Quad was not coming back to the Bravo franchise, the television personality and entrepreneur is on board for the 10th season. Quad has been a part of the reality series since its debut back in March 2013. She has been a main cast member for 9 seasons, except for season 8 when she was only featured on a recurring basis. And Deadline says they hear that Quad is returning for the new season with filming for the show already underway in Atlanta. Now, we know Quad did have contract issues with Bravo because she shared that on social media. She shared that in the comments because the bloggers always pick up the comments. And shout out to Reality Entertainment TV on Instagram. Make sure you guys follow them because they did capture this comment where somebody said to Quad, "They see it. I can't wait till this season starts and you are not playing with the girls." And Quad responded and said, "Well, we are still working through my contracts, so we'll see about me joining this season. I hope we can come to an agreement." So that's how we knew Quad was having contract issues. But at this point, they have been settled and Quad is returning to the show. Quad previously said that the other cast members would have to step it up if she wasn't on the show. She responded to somebody and said, "Well, everyone will have to step up and pull their weight without commentating on my life. There's a lot of stars on this show, so they should be able to do that with no problem." And you guys, shout out to Urban Bell, one of my favorite websites, urbanbellmag.com. They catch everything. But yeah, Quad was saying basically, the show is full of stars. It's not starless, as Nene Leakes would say. The show is full of stars, and they would have to all pull their weight instead of commentating on her life if she wasn't on the show. She also told people that she can afford her home whether she's on the show or not. With her being a single woman and especially being divorced, you could see in her comments that people were counting her pockets. People were literally counting her pockets to determine if she could afford her mortgage. And so she responded to someone that said she needed to be on the show to afford her home. And she said, "So it's clear to me you've never heard about investments. My dividends cover my mortgage every month. So it's no worries for me." So like I said, Dr. G did marry another woman, a woman by the name of either T or Tay, Tea. He married her on the show, like just last week, I believe it was, because they're currently filming and their wedding will be on the show. And Dr. G shared a photo of his new wife on his Instagram. And the cast members of Married to Medicine also share photos from Dr. G's wedding on their social media accounts. You can see here Dr. Simone was there at the wedding. She looks nice. Dr. Heavenly was at the wedding as well. She looks great. They have a newcomer. I'll do another video on the newcomer to Married to Medicine and the newcomer to RHOP. But then there's Phaedra, who is also on the cast this season, and she's a friend of Quad. She's a friend of Quad, and she's also supposedly a friend of Dr. Simone and Dr. Heavenly. We also have Toya, who was present at the wedding. She looks great. And Dr. Jackie looks great as well. And it appears Dr. G's wedding is going to be a big part of the season. All right, you guys. So if you recall, there were reports from this woman named Jackie in Atlanta, that she was intimate with Dr. G while he was still married to Quad. And that's one of the things that seemed to lead to their divorce. It seemed to be one thing among many because there were also issues of DV. So it just seemed like Quad and Dr. G had their share of issues and it just didn't work out for them. But Quad has said that she actually likes Dr. G's new wife and she's happy for him. So I feel like the fact that Quad likes her is another reason why it'll be good to have Quad on the show, just to show that full circle. And speaking of full circles, we also have to discuss the fact that Quad and Phaedra are friends. And once upon a time, Phaedra dated Dr. G. So it's not like a love triangle, it's like a love square. Dr. G is going to be on the show with his new wife, T or Tay, his ex-wife, Quad, and then Phaedra, whom he used to date in the past. And Phaedra talked about how she met Dr. Gregory in one of her Bravo blogs. She said, Dr. Gregory and I met through mutual friends when he first arrived in Atlanta almost 15 years ago. Over the years, we have become great friends and confidants. Our professional lives have often mirrored one another. When I was president of the Minority Bar Association, he was also president of the Black Psychiatrists Association. Dr. Gregory has a heart for the community and is dedicated to serving the impoverished without pay. I consider him and his very vivacious wife, Quad, as two of my closest friends. When he first met Quad, he called me and told me how perfect she was for him. When he was ready to propose, we spoke about the ring and how to make the engagement perfect. So she basically helped him propose to Quad. So that's why I say it's really important for this coming season. I feel like it's really important for Quad to be on the show because there are so many connections there. Her connection to Dr. G, her connection to Phaedra, and their connection to each other. I think is really important. And Phaedra did actually film. You guys remember Phaedra filmed for Married to Medicine in the past. After Lisa Nicole Cloud assaulted Quad, she did a scene with Phaedra. And this is the episode summary from that scene. They say when Quad doesn't receive the sympathy she wants from her husband, she turns to her old friend, lawyer Phaedra Parks of Real Housewives of Atlanta. And Quad said at some point in time, they went on a few dates, but that's none of my business, honey. I've got nothing to do with that. And then Quad's husband, Dr. G, tells Quad that if they were ever to have an issue, he would want Phaedra to represent them. So clearly there's no bad blood between Phaedra and Dr. G, even though they used to date, and for whatever reason, things didn't go any further. There's a good relationship between Phaedra and Quad said she likes Dr. G's new wife. So I would love to see this play out next season. I'm glad they were able to work out her contract. Like, you got to pay the lady what she's worth. And for this coming season, it seems like she may be a central figure. So you guys, let me know what you think about Quad returning to season 10 of Married to Medicine. And what do you think about Phaedra joining the show as well? Leave a comment, share your thoughts. As always, thanks for watching. Layla, Layla.